Welcome to the Accelerate Academy Fit for Life training on the 5S strategy that pros use to design health and wellness goals. It's a 5-step foolproof framework to design your nutrition and fitness habits and practices. My name is Sarah, and I have worked for myself since college as a Pilates instructor, health coach, and life coach. And one of my certifications is through Precision Nutrition, and I'd like to take a moment to thank them and give them credit for inspiring the content of this training. As an organization, Precision Nutrition has helped over 100,000 people lose more than 1 million pounds. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's a safe bet that they might know a thing or two about this stuff. I also hold a Master of Fine Art in Interior Design, and I designed residential homes for a while, but now I'm an executive for a few family-owned businesses that sell, ship, and install decorative furnishings and physical security products worldwide. Together with my husband, we own 4 businesses, which many people think is just a little crazy. And it sure can feel crazy when you don't have self-care tools in place to handle it. Because our largest customer is the federal government, we experience a drop in revenue about every 4 years during the presidential election cycle. No one knows who the commander-in-chief is going to be, so budgets get tight, and then small businesses feel the squeeze. So you can imagine that the 2015-2016 election cycle was a pretty tough month for us. We had serious staffing issues, like people were lying, people were stealing from us. It was pretty shocking. Our cash flow was tight, and I was handling all of the admin, all the bookkeeping, and all the project management while my husband focused on sales. I think you'll agree that sounds pretty stressful, and I'll admit right now I drank a bit more than I should, and I didn't really make the right kind of time for exercise. Our diet was okay because we cook at home a lot, and we generally follow a paleo lifestyle, but I do have some food sensitivities, and I still have a craving for gluten every once in a while, and back then I didn't know I was allergic to dairy. So long story short, the stress triggered IBS and hypothyroid, and I suspect Hashimoto's, although I never really bothered to test for it. Basically, it means extreme fatigue, serious brain fog, really rapid weight gain, joint pain, and a righteous bad mood basically all the time. I was miserable. So in my quest to figure out what the heck was going on, my medical doctors were pretty dismissive that I was just quote unquote getting older, which really ticked me off. And then we found a lump. So I ended up in a cancer screening procedure 2 days before Christmas of 2016. And I wouldn't know the results until, things got moving again after the new year. And let me just tell you this, having a hollow core needle the size of a fat spaghetti noodle pressed into your boob 3 inches deep 2 days before Christmas is really not awesome. Needless to say, this was a bit of a rock bottom for me, and I wanted to find a path to true wellness, despite the fact that my medical doctors were fine with the getting older diagnosis, which I, of course, was not. Through the process of healing and testing diet, exercise, and sleep protocols that worked for me, I realized the isolation at my corporate desk meant that I was missing the interaction I used to have with my personal training clients. I missed helping individuals feel better about their health and about their lives. So to combat that, I developed a new brand where I could put all of my fitness and nutrition and productivity lifestyle coaching under one umbrella, and I founded the Accelerate Academy. I work with human beings to feel vibrant in body and mind so that we can all live and lead with confidence. And today I'm sharing a little glimpse of one of the strategies I share with my coaching clients in order to do that. So this is just a quick overview of what we call the 5S strategy. Every goal my clients design and then successfully achieve follows this basic and easy framework. The goals are simple. We break them down into segmental steps that we complete in sequence, and we design a strategy and stick to it with support. I've included a one-page cheat sheet below this video for you to download and keep for any time you feel ready to design a new goal. I'll demonstrate the first S with a little story for you. I'm a self-professed overachiever, which makes me a pretty good project manager. I can manufacture parts in 3 different factories in 3 different time zones in the United States and ship all the parts to an army base in Japan and have them all arrive at the same time. It's not simple, it's highly complicated. So I tried to run my weight loss and health goals like that too. I'd say to myself, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to make a fresh green juice. Then I'm going to go for a 15-mile bike ride, followed by a 30-minute intermediate Pilates mat workout. Then I'm going to get home and I'm going to make my own lettuce salad with lettuce that I grew myself, with pole-caught tuna. And then I'm going to take a walk after work. And then I'm going to have baked salmon fillet with roasted sweet potatoes and steamed broccoli. Meanwhile, I'll continue to micromanage all 4 of our companies. All of my tasks will be completed perfectly and on time, and nothing will break. Perfect. Okay, let's go. Sounds great. Care to guess how much of that I managed to actually accomplish the next day? Maybe one of those things. So then I get stressed out and disappointed in myself because I failed to follow my plan. I'll take a guess that you've experienced this too. So here's how I fixed it for myself. I cut way back to the foundational basics. I figured if I couldn't do the basics, what business do I have getting frustrated that I'm not doing the advanced stuff well? So we scale back to the fundamentals and we keep it simple. What this means is, on a scale of 0 to 10, are you ready, willing, and able to stick to your habit consistently every day, or whatever frequency you decide it needs to happen, for 2 weeks? If the answer is anything less than a 9, then it's too complicated and you need to simplify it even more. The next S is for segmentation, where we chunk it down. So you take one of your big goals and you write it down. For many people, that is something as simple as, I want to lose fat. Then we reverse engineer that goal to figure out what skills you need to use or skills you need to develop in order to achieve that goal. Then we work out the practices that you need to do every single day to develop those skills so that you can reach the goal. So if we take Olympic athletes, for example, they don't just show up at the Olympics ready to go. They've practiced for years, often for decades, to get there. And they practice every single day. The next S after that is for sequence, which is very closely linked to segmentation. And if we stick with our Olympic athlete example, most people have heard of Michael Phelps, a very highly decorated elite athlete. But it's safe to say his very first time in the pool as a young kid, he wasn't swimming laps and flipping himself off the end wall. He was probably a tiny tot in floaties getting used to the water. And after that, then he had to figure out how to put his head under the water and not freak out and not get water in his nose. Then, with many, many years of strategic coaching and daily practice, he could develop his skills to be better at the freestyle and then the breaststroke and then the butterfly stroke, which, if you break it down, each of those strokes is like a segment, right? So you don't put your shoes on before you put on pants. You have to bake a cake before you put the frosting on. In order to build a house, you have to build the foundation first. Same is true with your wellness goals. Take the first step, the very first step, and then make sure you're happy with that step before you move on to the second step. Strategy is defined as a plan of action or policy designed to achieve a major goal or overall aim. Again, with the athletes, Phelps' training is strategically designed to make him harder, better, faster, and stronger than any other athlete in his field. But I'm guessing that you and I aren't dreaming of becoming an Olympic swimmer. If you are, that's cool. But what does that mean for the rest of us? A more realistic example might be, let's say you want to get up earlier in the mornings. One strategy is to set the alarm 10 minutes earlier each week until you're getting up at your desired start time. Another strategy might be to work on your evening bedtime routine. Another strategy is to cut out all caffeine after 2 p.m. And you see, you can just keep layering these small habits until you reach the outcome. So hopefully you're starting to see how this actually works. The fifth S here is for support. I'm not going to belabor this because I know that having a friend, a spouse, a partner, a buddy, a coach is always better. Just someone to hold you accountable. Or if you're like me, when I'm responsible for holding someone else to their goals, it motivates me to keep up with mine also. So you might be asking right now, Sarah, where do I even start with this? Let's talk about what this might look like in action. Let's say your goal is to lose weight. There are many, many factors and nuances to make that happen. One way might include better eating habits. So your behind the scenes goal is really to eat better more consistently. That means the skill we want to build is better awareness around your hunger and around your appetite. To build that skill, we practice two strategic things. We eat more slowly and we eat until we're satisfied, not stuffed. Another factor that comes up for losing weight might include eating more nutrient-dense foods, which is another way to say eat better more consistently. We're layering the effects here for a more manageable improvements that compound over time. We want to build skills around meal design and preparation. So then we focus on two strategic tasks to plan healthy meals and to schedule the time to prepare healthy meals. So this brings us full circle back to the overview. Keep it simple, chunk it down into segments, keep it sequential, make strategic moves in logical order, and then recruit a buddy for support. I'm telling you, it is that simple. And the people who achieve their goals follow this every single time, whether they know it or not. So if you want to know more about getting strategic support while you design your health and wellness goals, go to accelevateacademy.com/programs, where you'll find a few options to design the dream goal for where you are right now, as well as a healthy living blueprint so that you can get and stay fit for your best life yet. These programs include worksheets, exercises, videos, and challenges to help you get and stay on track to reach your goals no matter what they are. Again, my name is Sarah, and it has been my pleasure to share this training with you today from the Accelerate Academy.